Hi, everybody. Um, how are you? I came on a couple minutes early because I think a lot of you didn't realize that I would do live today. And I mean, I thought about it, but I decided a while ago that I really wanted to do one today because you may have, that's the alarm telling me it's time to go live. Um, like you may have these last minute questions, what do I do to the, I don't know, dining room chairs, or what do I do to the tablecloth, or those sorts of things. And I don't think this will go 15 minutes. Um, and yes, I'm outside. Funny story, when I was a kid, both of my grannies, like they would make Thanksgiving dinner. We would go to Granny Dude's or Granny Martha's. We went to Granny Martha's when I was younger, and then when I was a little older, it was Thanksgiving with Granny Dude. And they would both open the door on Thanksgiving. And, I mean, it's snowing here. It did snow a few times on Thanksgiving in Kentucky, but not as often. But, I would always be like, why do you have the door open? We have the heat on. I get it now. I get it when you're standing in the kitchen and the turkey's roasting and, the oven's on and the microwave's on and you have a slow cooker and, now you could have an instant pot and air fryer and so many things. So I so get it. So I thought, I'm going to go do this outside. So that's what's happening. Um, I do want, if you have a question, I want you to ask, and say hi, say happy Thanksgiving, just so I know who's here. Um, a few things I'm going to tell you. I have already done my first load of flour sack towels. I think lots of you probably know I'm a flour sack towel junkie. I'm not a huge fan of paper towels. So I keep a pail in the corner of the kitchen, like it's this little pail. I don't know what else you'd call it. And I put some water and oxygen bleach in it. And then when I fill it up with flour sack towels, I just take and dump the whole thing, water and all, into the washing machine. And this time I added a little detergent. Normally I don't, because normally there's like, I throw in the dishcloth and like there's dish soap and that sort of thing. I don't even put soap in it, but I did this one because I had a nasty fight with a butternut squash, and it required an assortment of flour sack towels. But I won. I won. It is cubed. Happy Thanksgiving, Rebecca. Thanks. I'm happy to be live. I've kind of looked forward to it. Um, so if you have questions, ask away. Um, yeah, so I had that. And I also had, last night, I actually had 2 or 3 flour sack towels that I was going to throw in the pail this morning, because last night I was making cornbread, or yesterday evening, for dressing today. And I don't know how, but I got batter on everything. I got cornbread. I think there's cornbread batter on the ceiling. Hi, Nina. Happy Thanksgiving. Yeah, it's nice. It's you. I don't know if you can see the snow because it's pretty soft, but it is. It's cooling me off. I think it's about 22, probably 23 degrees out here. I started that, and I've also got the dishwasher going already. I am not a I'm not afraid to use a few dishes, let's just say, when I cook. But I do stop. It's something I kind of learned. My kitchen is tiny. I would have liked to have done this in my kitchen just so you could sort of ask kitchen questions, but my kitchen is tiny. And I found that cleaning along the way really helps, but it also really helps to kind of limit myself to how many sort of containers I can use. Like if I only use a couple of mixing bowls, and like once I, dump the stuff into a pan and start it, and I just immediately wash the bowl, and then I can just, wash it and use it again. I find that it makes things so much simpler for me because, we don't get ready for dinner and I have like 9 mixing bowls on the counter. And I've done that. Like I've had years where, um, the first couple of years that I cooked dinner, there were just bowls and spatulas as far as the eye could see. And one tip, and I think I even put it in the book, is to have multiple sets of measuring spoons. I have them in a crock that sits on my stove. It's just a whole bunch of sets. And if I don't keep them washed, I will have tablespoons everywhere. And then I reach for one and I don't have one. And I think there's like 6 sets in that crock, 6 full sets of measuring spoons. It's hysterical. So I've kind of found that if I keep my things limited, then, you know, I'm a little better off. Um, there we go. I can see everything a little bit easier. Um, and then, so I've been doing those things. I have just been kind of doing what you're doing, right? If you're in the United States anyway. I've been uh, cooking and cleaning and getting everything's ready. I've got a question on how to get purple stains with my bone colored. I don't have the shampoo any longer. It's from a bar of lavender soap. Um, hmm. Have you tried sudsy ammonia? I think it's funny. I think somebody else asked this like a month ago or 6 weeks. Maybe it was you. Or maybe you emailed it to me and I answered it. Um, I don't know. Anyway, have you tried sudsy ammonia? If nothing else will work, saturate a towel with sudsy ammonia and put it on there and go from that. Okay, you sent this in 2 parts. I'm going to try to get it so it'll show on the screen. We're having a little, I almost wonder, I wonder if we're having problems because I'm outside. Okay. Is there a brand of vodka specifically using in the spray bottle? I buy the cheapest I can get. Um, I vodka is going to be food safe. There's the other half of the question. There we go. Vodka is going to be food safe. Um, you just want it to be pure. What you don't want is you don't want vodka that has like lemon or something. You just want plain vodka, but just get pure vodka, you'll be fine. But anyway, back to this purple stain. I would saturate a towel and put it on the stain, and it should lift it out. Sudsy ammonia is not the greenest substance in the world, and I admit that, but it's greener than replacing the bathtub. Try that. Let me know. It should work. I know like flippers do that, you know, on things. The one good thing about being outside when it's cold is the Diet Coke stays cold. Um, so, um, but yeah, the vodka, just use like cheap vodka and you'll be good. Okay, these glasses are not really. Oh, you know what? It's cut my hair. There's not as much hair to hold the glasses back. Oh, that's funny. Um, so yeah, so I've been trying to minimize. I did it last year and I was really pretty happy. I try to use like 2 baking pans, 2 baking sheets, and then I put the stuff into whatever container it's going to go in, knowing that that the container has to be oven safe because I'm going to put everything back in the oven for like 10 minutes right before time for dinner so that everything heats back up. Oh my gosh, Maddie, you're very welcome. Uh, so I tend to be a little more casual with Thanksgiving. So we're not cooking on bone china. I'm serving in like, stoneware, like Falstaff or something. Um, I think there's some Falstaff. I think there's some Wedgwood. I don't know, but it's stoneware, so that I can throw it back in the oven because otherwise I don't really have room. Um, my kitchen is very small, but that being said, I love it. And it was fun. We got new appliances this year, new kitchen appliances, and they're so fun to get to play with because today's the first time I've really had a chance to just let go since we got them. So I'm having a big time. Um, Other kitchen cleaning things I want to tell you. Yeah, the spray vodka. I've used that on my counter several times today, and I have used a little bit of counter spray. My counter spray is food safe; it's okay, but I use vodka a lot because if I have anything sitting out, like I had this bowl of butternut squash. I was telling you about fighting the butternut squash, and I put all the cubes into a bowl while I was getting ready to prep. While I was prepping everything else, basically, and I wanted to wipe down the keyboard, of course, but there's probably butternut squash juice. And so the spray bottle of vodka, I can just spray the counter And, I don't worry about it getting on anything. It's fine. And then, so, uh, don't worry. Here's another question. So the question is about a laundry soap bar. I use mine from my store, of course. There are others. If you buy one at the laundry, if you buy one at the grocery store, here's the other part of the question. Hang on. Okay, I'm gonna have to get that. That will work. Um, it'll work fine. I mean, it's funny because the ingredients in there are about what's in Fel's naphtha. Um, Mine is sunflower oil, coconut oil, and baking soda, and food grade lime and baking soda. But what you want is something to give you that little grit, and that one has it. So basically, yours is fat, coconut oil, palm oil, and glycerin. Um, it's clean. It may not have a lot of scrubbing power. Use it with a horsehair brush. I mean, it's certainly going to be fine. I mean, I've known people who've done it with ivory soap and it works. It should be just fine. And thanks for reading the book. Speaking of which, the paperback for House Love comes out December 10th. So we're kind of getting ready for that. Do you hear people banging outside? I don't blame them. They're probably inside cooking in their hut. Oily soap. Can I use non-scented Dr. Bronner's? Yeah, that would be fine. I mean, it's going to be a little aggressive, so use it sparingly. Like, don't douse. Use a few drops at a time because Dr. Bronner's is very drying. So that's okay. I mean, that's completely fine. Just use it very sparingly, and you should be just fine and use it up. The thing about Dr. Bronner's is they say that you can use it for laundry, but they also say you can use it for shampoo and for washing the dishes and that sort of thing. And because it's formulated to do everything, it has no conditioners in it, and it was meant to leave zero film, which lots of soaps are, but they sort of took it to another level. So that's that. It's totally fine. I think there's another question here. Oh, please. I was looking forward to it. I love getting to talk to everybody. I mean, I knew we wouldn't have as many people on today, but I knew that it would be fine, and it would be fun for me. And then I got to come outside. Other Thanksgiving tips to tell you. It's in the book. I think it's actually in both books, but I'll tell you again, if you get wax on your tablecloth before you wash it, iron it between two paper grocery bags or between some craft paper, and the wax will go into the craft paper, and then you treat the oily waxy residue with a little bit of oily soap and toss it in the washer. I'll throw you that out, and I'll also tell you, when you go to take the tablecloth off the table tonight, leave the tablecloth on the table to the very last thing, till everybody's gone. Throw the napkins in the middle of the tablecloth and gather it up. When you gather it up, take the whole thing to the washing machine. Wash it with 2 tablespoons of oxygen bleach, so double the normal amount, and your normal amount of soap. And just wash it on warm, wash it like normal, and take it out and let it air dry. That will take out the majority of the stains. The majority are going to come out then, and then you can spot treat whatever's left. That way you don't have to go through and spot treat, Tommy's wine stain and Rhonda's gravy stain, that sort of Gus's stain, whatever. That way you can just treat whatever's left. You get the bulk of them out, and then you just have the rest left to go. So, do we have anything else? If not, I guess we're going to wrap. Happy Thanksgiving. I hope if you are celebrating Thanksgiving, if you're in the U.S., and you're celebrating Thanksgiving, that everything's going well and that the turkey's great if you're having it, or the vegetables are great and things don't burn, and that you make lots of stains, because with lots of stains comes lots of memories, but they don't have to be, lasting stains. They can just be lasting memories because we know what to do, right? So happy Thanksgiving, everybody. I hope you have a really, really great day, and